On today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mattel Batman Unlimited, the Penguin. Penguin is now the second Penguin that we've gotten from a DC Universe line. The first Penguin being from the original, the very first wave of DC Universe figures. What I really like, though, is the fact that we've now finally got a Penguin in a more superpowers style. It looks like it utilizes the original body, but definitely we've got ourselves a different head. It also utilizes the exact same umbrella as what the original did. This is a very retro, very, very cool picture of Penguin. I mean, that jumps right out of the pages of some of the classic comic covers. I love that. On the back of the package, there is a much bigger picture of that Penguin picture. And the other figures that you can get from the Batman Unlimited line, Batman and Batgirl, really, if you ask Spot, both of these are passable figures. If you already have the new 52 Batman that came from the All-Stars line, I think this is really a figure you could pass on. And really, if you've had any of the Batgirls, even though this is a really nice Batgirl, again, another pass. So really, the gem of this set is Penguin here, at least in my humble opinion. It says, due to his distinctive appearance and fascination with birds, Chester Cobblepot has been called the Penguin all his life. But what began as a malicious childhood nickname has become one of the most feared names in the criminal underworld of Gotham City. Motivated by greed and armed with an array of trademark umbrella weapons, the Penguin has proven to be the worthy foe for the Batman. Real name Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot, occupation criminal mastermind, location Gotham City, powers, abilities, and skills, umbrella weapons, and uses his birds for his criminal activities. That sums up Penguin rather nicely. What I am going to do is take a break. I can't wait to get this guy opened up. I'm going to get him out of package. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at Penguin. More is definitely on the way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. As Spot had mentioned, this is now the second Penguin that we've gotten. For those who have followed the DC Universe line, certainly through all its many waves, you probably obviously have come across the original Penguin from DC Universe Wave 1. A nice figure, but I would almost say this figure suffered the same fate as Gorilla Grodd, in the sense that it just seemed too realistic. It was a nice figure, but just the aspects of his face, like facial feature wise, I think he just looked a little too realistic for the comic inspired DC Universe line. Because I mean, if you compared, say, this Penguin to the first wave Batman, that Batman was definitely more rooted in a comic book or cartoon style, that this Penguin just seemed out of place. I like the outfit, and I thought the outfit as a whole worked well, but really wasn't feeling the face, really wasn't. The new Penguin from the Batman Unlimited line definitely shares the exact same body as that of the Wave 1 Penguin. From the top of his bow tie all the way down to his shoes, including the arms, it is the exact same figure. Obviously, the real difference is the head, obviously as well the color, but you'll see it is the same figure. The other thing that the Penguins share, if I can get them to stand, hopefully, is the umbrella, the original Wave 1 Penguin umbrella. Oh, there they go. You know what, we'll just lay them down. You guys just sit down for a second, we'll come back to you. It does utilize the exact same umbrella as the Wave 1 Penguin, with also included the same thing that I didn't like about the initial umbrella, was, if I just take this off here, now I've got the clear elastic surprisingly still on there, is this additional Tommy gun attachment, whatever you want to call it. Could even say it was a jetpack, I don't know. But the original Wave 1 Penguin had it. I really didn't like it because it made it look too chunky. You couldn't really make out the handle too much. And him holding it, it just looked too much. It just looked awkward. Unfortunately, the same umbrella is carried over to this Penguin, including the same piece. So for me, I would take this piece right off. Just take it right off and just leave it aside. Without it, I like it just because it looks like the old Superpowers Penguin umbrella. Now it's funny that I also mentioned that because I happen to have the original, well, not the original, this is actually from the DC Superheroes line from Toy Biz, but you'll see that yes, it does share the exact same color scheme. You can definitely see where the inspiration came from this figure. This is the original umbrella. Now this umbrella fired, not well, but it did fire. This one obviously won't. So even though it's an update, and you can still see it's got all the rivets and everything from the original umbrella from the Wave 1, right here, I like that at least it's painted like the retro toy. Speaking of the retro toy, I'm just going to pick up Penguin here. You can also see the inspiration from this Penguin comes a lot from this Penguin right here. Now this would be the, as Spot already mentioned, the Toy Biz DC Superheroes release of Penguin, which really isn't that far removed from the Superpowers Penguin as well. Same coloring, the blue jacket, the yellow bottom to the white top. Now, it looks like they've put a silver tie on this Penguin, whereas the original Penguin had a white tie. It's got the same white gloves, same purple pants, but they've added the black pinstripes to the pants on this Penguin, and then the same shoes. This is a really nice fan nod. Every once in a while, these toy companies will come along and they'll release a figure, and you just kind of go, you guys are just the best. No, you guys really just are the best. I love the fact that Mattel had gone back, looked at some of the classic lines that we grew up with as collectors, as kids, and now as adult collectors. They've given us a fan nod and said, you know what? Here is a classic style Penguin. Enjoy. Sit down with your bowl of Lucky Charms and enjoy. So I'm going to give the Penguin here his umbrella. Kind of have to sandwich it in between his fingers, unfortunately. Get him in the hand. Now, he doesn't hold the umbrella well. That's the only thing, the only real gripe I can make. He doesn't hold the umbrella really well. And I would have liked if the handle had just been a little longer. Now, I know it's based on the original umbrella, but they could have given us just a little longer of an umbrella. Also, you'll see the reasoning why Spot took this, this piece right here off, because it just would have made that umbrella look even shorter and stumpier than what it is. As for his face, the one thing I really haven't touched base on too much at all, that face is awesome. It is so retro comics. Little squint for the eye, little line for the eye, nice big smile. Sure, he's missing a cigar. I can understand for the age that we're in nowadays that we really don't want to condone cigar smoking, cigarette smoking. Even if you are a villain, we still want to get away from that. I would have loved it, but I can understand why they couldn't have included that. This, as a whole, is magic to me. Really loving the coloring. He's so very dated, but dated in a good way. I love it. Love it. This figure would really be ideal with the re-release. Not the initial, was it Wave 5 Riddler with the suit, but the jumpsuit Riddler, this guy, and then DC Universe Wave 10 Joker. That, for me, is just awesome. Those three figures next to one another, that is pure gold. In the way of his articulation, Penguin's head is on a ball joint, so it rotates all the way around. Pin and socket shoulders, they rotate. Rotation in the bicep, bend in the elbow, rotation in the hand. Swivel in the waist. Legs don't really go forward very well. They do move back and forth, but you can see not well at all. They bend at the knees, also bend at the foot. I suppose really as only a small gripe, the fact that he does utilize the same body as Wave 1 Penguin, this, I guess, proportion-wise, it makes sense, I guess if I could say that. He has a much smaller head. Because he has a much larger cartoon head, I think Penguin could have just been a little portlier, but I'm fine with a retooled head and using the same body if we can get someone like this. If we can get a Penguin going on like this, I am definitely a happy, happy collector. The DC Universe Penguin was good, but I kept holding out hope that we would get another one, and I'm so glad we finally did. This Penguin from the Batman Unlimited line, I'm going to give him an 8.5. If you are a 30s guy like myself, a little older of a collector, you're probably going to be jumping to get this guy. This is part of your childhood. This was certainly part of my childhood. Definitely he is the gem from this set. The Batman and the Cat and the Batgirl, again, I could probably really pass on. This one, I definitely would not pass on. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Batman Unlimited Penguin in his very retro colors, just like the classic. So much fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Certainly stick around. More Toy Spots are heading your way. I'll see you guys next time.